Hello, everybody. My name is Adam Bergman, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Palantir. Palantir is a leader in artificial intelligence with their groundbreaking platform called Palantir AIP, or Artificial Intelligence Platform. Palantir is about to have a moment in 2024, and this moment is called a Smoke Them Fools moment, similar to 2024, where they brought in over 150% returns on your investment. I believe that 2024 is also going to be a triple digit year for Palantir. Palantir is an absolute leader in artificial intelligence, but Palantir is also a leader in offering services, specifically groundbreaking, transformative services in the healthcare industry. Around 2.5 years ago, Palantir's private healthcare footprint was essentially non existent. And today, last that we know of, Palantir is running 16% of all of the United States hospital beds. That's absolutely monumentous and it's absolutely mind boggling. And if you're not paying attention, shame on you. But I know that the Palantars of the Palantir community absolutely are paying attention, and we're cha-ching, cha-ching, cashing it all the way to the bank. Shyam Sankar, the number 2 at Palantir himself, called healthcare the number 3 vertical of Palantir. For all we know, that might actually become the second vertical of Palantir, being second only to the government sector. Healthcare is an absolute massive boom, and everybody in the healthcare sector is fighting tooth and nails to see who can outperform the other. At the end of the day, it's all about productivity and cost effectiveness. And this is something that Palantir does amazingly with Palantir Foundry and stacking it now with Palantir AIP. Palantir announced a massive, massive partnership with a $6 billion publicly traded company by the name of Options Care Health yesterday. I'll go into it in just a moment in this video. And Palantir had something called the Palantir Pre. This was a couple of months ago, and they released footage from the Palantir Pre. And a couple of customers are talking about what Palantir AIP does for their company, does for their organization. I want to dive deep into one specific video from Mount Sinai, where they literally said Palantir is returning over $1 million annually return on investment. This is not my words. This is their words, and I'll play you the clip in just a moment. Annually, from just one department using only one type of program in just one hospital, and they're looking aggressively to scale that. Guys, if you're not in Palantir, you're doing yourself a disservice. As always, this is not financial advice. This is purely entertainment and education. But are you not entertained when you are making over 100%, literally a bagger on your money? Of course, that's the best type of entertainment for me. And Palantir trading at a pretty low $16 a share. I believe that Palantir has a strong potential to finish the year at $30 a share, giving you another bagger on your money. A lot of people laugh now and cry later, but we at the Palantir community cried last year and are laughing now, and we're going to be laughing all the way to the bank. Please pay attention to the screen, and I want to show you this publication of a brand new partnership with this massive, massive $6 billion company. Let's deep dive. Options Healthcare selects Palantir Artificial Intelligence Platform for enterprise-wide digital transformation. Now, this is going to be extremely important. Why? Because they're picking artificial intelligence platform. Guys, we've been listening to a lot of boot camps. We've been hearing a lot about conversions, but I believe that this is the first actual conversion of Palantir AIP for healthcare on a brand new client. I'm talking about some client from healthcare that actually came to a Palantir boot camp, a huge client that has $6 billion in market cap, bringing in over $4.2 billion of revenue over a trailing 12 month. This is a publicly traded company with over 7,500 employees in the entire United States, in all 50 states. This is absolutely freaking massive. They went to a boot camp, bam, they signed up a multi-million dollar, multi-year contract with Palantir for enterprise-wide digital transformation. Option Healthcare is at the leading edge of deploying artificial intelligence across the healthcare sector. Options Healthcare expects to use Palantir's artificial intelligence platform across nurses, scheduling, patients onboarding, purchasing optimization, and supply chain execution, among other potential use cases. Although this is the first time that they're working with Palantir, as far as I understand, Palantir has been doing this across the healthcare sector with different partnerships, literally purchasing optimization, nurses scheduling, patient onboarding, and supply chain execution. Palantir is absolutely a mother effing OG of the healthcare sector, and they became an OG of the healthcare sector, transforming through artificial intelligence using their proprietary platform called Palantir AIP. And they've been doing this in just 2.5 years. I know it sounds like an oxymoron where I call Palantir an OG in 2.5 years, but literally, they are a leader in this industry. Palantir AIP enables organizations to bring the power of large language models and other cutting edge AI to their enterprise networks, private data, and core operations with maximum security and trust. The platform is designed to bring in siloed and disconnected data sources, logic assets, and systems of action into a single common operating picture, enabling users to optimize their decision making. Now, stick with me because I'm about to show you a really cool video after I'm done with this from Mount Sinai, where they're literally saying that in a couple of months, they were able to bring in annually, a projected figure of over $1 million in savings. And I quote, "We are excited to partner with one of the innovative leaders in AI powered software and leverage their platform and expertise to enhance our intelligence technology ecosystem on streamlining process, enhancing our expertise, improving the patient's experience, and optimizing clinical outcomes," said John Raderman, president and CEO of Option Care Healthcare. I believe that utilizing Palantir Foundry and AIP, remember when they said Palantir Foundry stacks with AIP? Here you go. Palantir Foundry and AIP, not just Foundry, not just AIP, a double stack. Hopefully, this is going to increase the bottom line and increase our net dollar retention with the existing clients, which we should start seeing in Q4 and more specifically Q1 and Q2 of 2024. I believe that utilizing Palantir's Foundry and AIP will allow us to innovate rapidly, build on best practices, and help ensure our approach to artificial intelligence and machine learning incorporates the strongest foundation and provides strong protections and integrity for our stakeholders. Options Care Health is a leading edge of deploying artificial intelligence across the healthcare sector, said Alex Karp, co founder and Chief Executive Officer of Palantir. We are proud to support this effort, which builds on our expanding presence in and the commitment to medical sector. This is a key line that people are just not understanding. Which builds on our expanding presence. Remember when I said that all of these things that they said that they're going to be doing with Palantir right here, nurse scheduling, patients onboarding, purchasing optimization, and supply chain execution. This is exactly what they are saying. We are proud to support this effort, which builds on our expanding presence in the commitment of this medical sector and will expedite and improve services to patients across the country. You see, a lot of people think that Palantir is full of shit. A lot of people think that us YouTubers are full of shit. And a lot of people think that the influencers or people covering Palantir, whatever you guys want to call us, in the Palantir Twitter, in the Palantir Discord, so on and so forth, Reddit, are all clowns because we talk about Palantir. But at the end of the day, Palantir works. It is the most robust operating system you can possibly do yourself a favor of getting for your specific company. The only issue with Palantir up until now was nobody understood what Palantir does, and there was no way of actually examining or test driving, so to speak, Palantir. But now with Palantir AIP bootcamps, which is an absolute success, things are changing, and they are changing rapidly, as you can see from this press conference. By the way, sit back and relax. I still got a second half of this video, and maybe I'll give you a bonus at the end of that second half of this video. So don't go nowhere. I'm trying something new on this channel. So Palantir right now gives you the ability to test drive their Palantir Foundry and, more importantly, their Palantir AIP. They're doing a shit ton of marketing and public relations and, bringing a lot of coverage and attention to what they're doing right now. Shyam Sankar in an interview says that we were about to have 350 Palantir organizations for Palantir AIP boot camps in 2023. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen in 2024. But if you just connect the dots, literally connect the dots, you can see that Palantir is building a chain of services being offered throughout many different industries. But specifically, I want to focus on healthcare because I think healthcare is literally going to propel us into the next freaking stratosphere, literally bring us to the moon and bring us a shit ton of money, both public and public healthcare. Now I want to talk about the second half of this video. There's a hospital called Mount Sinai. They're really, really famous. They're pretty much throughout the entire United States. And there was something called a Palantir Pre. And the Palantir Pre is literally different companies, not just Mount Sinai, not just the healthcare sector, talking about Palantir and how Palantir AIP helps transform their company, helps transform their organization. Now, I'm going to play you a clip. The entire clip is around 4.5 minutes. I'm just going to play you around a minute and a half and listen to this woman, this executive from Mount Sinai speak. She literally says that they reduced 1.5 days on average of patient stays, which was able to add 20 beds for the month for the hospital. And then she went on to say, just so you understand what 20 beds is, and that's not 20 beds where you had to build something, where you had to add a wing. No, that's just literally adding 20 beds by reducing the stay of each patient on average 1.5 days. Now, those 20 beds actually turn out to annual return on investment. So that means the actual return on investment from using Palantir. So after you use Palantir, you're getting $1.5 million. Now, this is not my words. You're going to listen to the executive in just a moment, but I just really want that to culminate in your head. I want that to literally run in your head like you're running for their life. I want you to literally have that idea running through your mind while you listen to this woman speak. So Mount Sinai invests in Palantir software, Palantir Foundry, Palantir AIP, and a return on that investment is $1.5 million. But the most amazing thing is she says this is literally across one department, one small change, and just one hospital. Now, Mount Sinai is freaking huge. They have a ton of facilities, and she says that we will be scaling this. So think about this. After spending the money on Palantir, you're able to save, probably in Mount Sinai's cases, dozens of millions of dollars, if not more. Now, this is not the first example we hear of Palantir Foundry and Palantir AIP saving a shit ton of money. Tyson's Foods, for example, but this is specifically to the healthcare sector. So I'm going to play you this little minute and a half clip, and don't go anywhere because I want to try something new with you guys, and I want to show you a little bit of technical analysis, a super simple technical analysis using the Bollinger Bands. And so far, this technical analysis has helped me make over $100,000 selling Palantir covered calls, selling Palantir cash secured puts last year. And it's extremely lucrative. And I'm trying to teach you guys something specifically when it comes to Palantir and making an additional return on your investment. Again, none of this financial advice is purely entertainment and education, but I am sharing my tips and tricks with you guys, my audience, and hopefully this helps you make a better living and a better return and give you the ability to stack up your Palantir shares or any shares that you want to use this technique to buy and sell whatever company. It doesn't just have to be Palantir. I love doing it with Palantir and I'm doing it really heavy with Tesla. But I'm neither here or there, and that's going to come at the end of this video. So don't go nowhere. Watch this minute and a half clip. And again, you're running for their life with this idea that's literally running through your brain, running through your mind as you listen to this executive from Mount Sinai reiterate and talk about what I just said. It's absolutely remarkable. $1.5 million return on your investment. That's not breaking even. That's a return on your investment. Check out this video clip.
Went from data ingestion to go live with our first pilot in a little over 4 months. Our initial area of focus was really to be able to pull forward clinical criteria of emergency department patients who met guidelines to be able to be treated for their admission episode of care in our hospital at home, or at another campus where there was a bed readily available to be able to go ahead and continue their ongoing treatment so that they weren't just sitting in an overcrowded emergency department. And just to give you a little bit of background, our teams used to go ahead and search this patient criteria in the mornings every single day, only to identify these patients at peak times when our operations in the ED were surging. And so now we're trying to take care of all those new patients, as well as move these patients to other levels of care. And you can imagine that's the perfect collide. And so what we were actually able to do was we said, okay, listen, if we can get a hold of these patients right away and reduce their time in the ED, we'll actually reduce their time on the back end of their length of stay. And that's absolutely what we found. So for all of these eligible patients that could continue their care and treatment elsewhere, we were able to shave 1.5 days off of their length of stay. And just to give you an idea of what that means for the hospital, we added 20 beds back on average every single month into the hospital without building any net new beds. And right now we're tracking an annualized ROI of $1.5 million. And just to give you a sense, that's one department, one small test of change in one hospital. So we're looking forward over the next couple of weeks to actually scale this work across the Mount Sinai Health System. And we're very confident that our results will follow. Our next steps with Palantir are to focus on...
There you have it. It's her words, an executive from Mount Sinai. I think it's absolutely tremendous that in a matter of 4 months, they are up and running, and they are now saving 20 hospital beds per month, 1.5-day stay per patient, and a return on investment of $1.5 million that they will now aggressively be scaling. If you think Palantir is a joke, you're an absolute schmuck. Now let's move on to the last part of this video. I want to show you a little bit of technical analysis and where I think Palantir is going for this, and where I think Palantir is going in 2024 in the short term. All right, guys, this is the chart for Palantir. Palantir is in this channel. Every single one of these candles is a day. This is called a Bollinger Band, 2 standard deviations. In the middle, you have an orange line. This is the 30-day moving average of Palantir. The tighter it is, the less fluctuations or volatility it is, and the more farther apart or the further apart these blue lines or the deviations is, that means that there is more volatility. So I like to do a lot of different options, right? So it's a very simple way of thinking about this. As the price of Palantir goes down and it comes right here at the bottom end of the Bollinger Band, you can expect that this is now oversold and there's going to be a little bit of a bounce up. This is exactly what happened the other day, right when Palantir hit $15.77. Now, for the longest time, even when Palantir was like, I think $18, I said that Palantir is going to be going back down to $15. And lo and behold, Palantir did hit $15. In order to take advantage of this, I sell covered calls and I also put in bets for cash secured puts, which means that I am the bank. Selling a covered call means that you have 100 shares of a certain stock, in this particular case, Palantir, and you are collecting premiums saying that you are willing to sell Palantir at a certain price. We call the strike price. And if the price hits that strike price, you have to sell. If it doesn't, you don't have to sell, and you collect the premium the entire time. If you understood what was happening with Palantir, and you started selling right around here at 1850, which was my strike price pretty much the entire time, well, you were making money every single day. Boom, 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 boom. So the entire time on the way down of Palantir, you're collecting a premium every single week. And I was doing this all the way back here, right around when the price hit $21 or so. So I've been doing this essentially since the end of November. So November to December, December to January. So around a month and a half, the last 2 months. Also, Bollinger Bands. You see right here, Palantir hit the top of the Bollinger Band, and look what ended up happening. Palantir ended up going down. The Bollinger Bands is an extremely, extremely good tool for technical analysis, making it super, super simple, just like over here. Right when the Palantir goes outside of the Bollinger Bands, it's very, very simple to see that Palantir is going to go back down. Now, with all technical analysis, this doesn't mean 100% that this is going to happen. I'm just showing you a basic technical analysis. Specifically, this is good for selling covered calls. If Palantir or any shares of stock that you're looking at is at the bottom end of the Bollinger Band, well, that means that is bottoming out. That doesn't mean it bottomed out. That means that is bottoming out. And if it hits the top of the Bollinger Band, that doesn't mean that it has topped out, but it is topping out. For example, right here, Palantir was $19. It hit the top of the Bollinger Band, but it kept going up, 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 and it ended up going to 21.50. So you can't time this 100%, but this gives you a very, very good inclination. This gives you very, very good, hey, let's see what we do next, if that makes sense. Now, Palantir actually had a 1.6 down. Over the last 5 days, it's 1.67 up. Why is it up? Because yesterday they had a fantastic day. Palantir announced this partnership with Options Care Health. And there's a lot of other news that came out, like a White House meeting for artificial intelligence, and Palantir with a couple of other companies like Anduril ended up going to the White House, talk about what they can do to Ukraine, and Palantir's price actually bounced up. I don't know if Palantir is going to go much lower than this, but I still think that it's going to retest that $15 mark. We are getting CPI data. And with that CPI data, if it's good data, positive for us, then maybe Palantir is going to take off like other stocks. I do believe that at the end of the year, Palantir is going to be right around that $30 mark. Now, that's absolutely not guaranteed, and anything can happen between now and at the end of the year. But if the conversions for Palantir AIP bootcamps is anything like I think it's going to be, I think we're going to have an absolutely monumentous year. If you guys want to know a little bit more about selling options, not buying options, selling options, let me know and I'll try to introduce this into videos as best as I can. I don't want to do a spin-off. I don't want to do a second complete channel talking about options because most people are not going to watch that. But I do want to bestow on you something that's been absolutely a game changer for me, where I'm actually making a shit ton of money selling covered calls, selling cash secured puts, and some other techniques. Now, I used to share this with my channel members. To all my channel members, I definitely appreciate you. And if you want to continue to support my channel, I would definitely appreciate it. I don't know when or if I will be making any content for my channel members. I kind of took a break from YouTube, but there's a lot of information that's coming out for Palantir, and I absolutely want to cover it for the people that have been rocking out with me for the last 2 years. I don't want to just quit YouTube. I don't know how active I am going to be, and I appreciate everybody and all the kind words that people have been commenting on my old videos. Adam, we miss you. Where you at? Where you been, Bergman? So on and so forth. It absolutely warms my heart. So this is my Palantir video for today. I hope you appreciate it. And if you do appreciate it and you're still listening, please consider giving me a like, a subscribe, and a comment down below. And again, if you want to learn more about options, I'm going to try to add a minute or two segment at the end of my videos talking about some plays and options and how to do them, and some plays that I am personally doing right now. Thank you very much and have a great day.